Hi, mystery writers. Welcome to Write a Killer Mystery. My name is Zara Altair. This is where we talk about making a good mystery great. And today I'm going to deviate from writing and talk about your author platform. Last week we talked about getting ready, things to do to get ready to kind of fill in the blanks on the various parts of your author platform. Today I'm going to talk about the very, very most important foundation of your author platform, and that is your website. Your website is your own. You may have started an author page on Facebook, or, and that helps you with your marketing. But before you start marketing, you need to own your own author home, and that's your website. It's yours. You own it. Nobody can take it away from you. So if Facebook dies tomorrow, you still have your website. So it's really important. It's the foundation of everything. It's where everything comes back to your website. So you want to have that in place. And you want to make sure that you have it in place as an author. If you already have a website for whatever, now is the time, while you're still writing your mystery, to start getting your platform together. And the first thing to do is to work on your website. You control your website. You share your author personality and your books and any kinds of thoughts you have in one place. And it's the place where your readers go to stay in touch with you. So it's your author base camp. I don't know how else to say it. Everything else comes out from your website. So any sharing that you do later on social media with email campaigns will direct readers to your website. So it's easy to get a website started. There are free services like WordPress.com or Flow Sites to get started. They have created the whole structure. You don't have to be technically informed to start your website with these sites. All you need to do is add content. And last week we talked about essential content like your bio and your portrait and your book description, all those things. You have them ready to now go put them on the first place in your author platform, which is your website. So you don't need to worry about technical skills or coding. These places get everything all set up for you. So if you have resources and time, you can get involved with a self-hosted website like WordPress.org, and you'll need to monitor and update that self-hosted website for and hire someone to manage this, or hire someone to manage the site for you. There's a lot of fiddling involved. So if you'd rather be writing, you might want to wait until you can hire somebody to do that, or where you feel solid enough to have time to update a self-hosted website and keep it going. But for now, you just want to get a website going, and there's plenty of free options. All you need to do is add that content. So you want to get going with your website while you're still writing your book. It's the perfect time to get all that organized, because you'll get yourself familiarized with the website and how it works and how easy it is to add content, and you'll start establishing that marketing rhythm that you're going to need once your book is published. And the other thing is, everything doesn't have to be perfect from the start. If you worked on your bio and your book description and you got your headshot and um, you're well on your way to just putting those in for the moment. That's all you have to do is just you're establishing your camp. And as you get more comfortable with your website, you'll have more time to play around, to edit, uh, put in a different image, rewrite your bio, rewrite your introduction. You're probably going to be doing that for a long time. As long as you're an author, there's always little tweaks you want to make to your author bio and your introduction. But the main thing for now is to just get it done. Just get it done. So there's essentially 4 basic pages that you need on an author website. You can add more later, but to start with, you want your home page, your landing page, and that's an introduction to you as an author. It's going to be a friendly welcome to readers or anyone visiting your page. And once you set up your email, we're going to talk about that next week. Once you set up your email, you're going to add a link to join your mailing list. And we'll talk a lot more about that next week. But that first page is just, hi, I'm Zara. I write genre novels, and check me out. Check out my other pages. Read an excerpt from my book, whatever you want to say on that welcome page. Then you want to have another page, which is often called the About Us page. You can change the name of it, About Me, um, your name as an author, whatever you want. And that's where you put your more formal bio so people get to know about you as an author. And you wrote that last week, so it should be all ready to just put in there as content along with your headshot. And then you want a page just about your book. If your book isn't done yet, don't worry. You can still have a lot of information in there about what the story's about. Um, you can have, you know, that book description that you wrote that's kind of a teaser to get people interested in your book. That's a great place to put it when your book isn't done yet. And also a great place if you got your cover. If you got your cover designed, that's a great place to put the cover so people can see what the book's going to look like when it comes out. And then you can put an excerpt from your book just to pique people's interest until the book is done. So you have your welcome page, your formal author bio page, your book page, and then almost all website systems like WordPress or Flow sites also have a blog automatically in there, and you can start writing a blog for your readers. You can talk about your struggles, you can talk about your triumphs, you can share more little excerpts from the book. If you can also do more about you if you love cooking, for instance. I'm just pulling that out of the hat. You know, you could share something that you made that you thought was delicious. Your blog is just a way for your future readers to get to know you better on an ongoing basis. The most important thing you need to know as you're setting up your website, the most important thing to know about your blog is to keep it consistent. So remember, your first job is writing your book, all right? So don't stress yourself about trying to blog every day or even once a week if that's too much. But make it consistent so that your readers expect your blog every 2 weeks or once a month or even once a week if you have the time and you get used to it. But be consistent. That's the most important thing. And also, as far as search engines are concerned, those search engines that help people discover your website, search engines like new content. So if you're consistently adding new content, You're telling the search engines, hey, this author's on the ball, and he or she, stays in touch and keeps adding content, and that really helps site visitors know that you're paying attention to your website. And does that make sense? So here we go. So let's just review. You're going to have an introduction welcome page, which is just friendly and open and telling people what the website's about. And it's going to link to your email list once you set that up. And then you're going to have your official bio page, and you're probably going to add to that later for media people once you launch your book. But for now, just set up that initial bio page about me, who I am, what I do, why I'm writing this book, okay? And then a page about the book. Um, it's a great place to have your blurb to get people excited and have an excerpt from your book, and then your blog page, however you want to manage that. So you have a head start for filling in this information from last week's Go Public as an author, and the steps to have you prepared. So your book description, your bio, your author portrait, and your book cover image. And if you haven't seen that, I put a link in the description so you can go back and see what you need to do in order to fill in those blank pages on your website. So once again, don't worry if your website is not perfect. Just get it going. You have as much time as you want to go back and edit and refresh and make it perkier or make it sound more like you. Sometimes when you're starting out, it can feel a little stiff. Um, make it as personal as possible. You can always edit your pages on your website, so don't worry about being perfect. Just know that you're getting your website as the foundation of your author platform, that you're getting it up and running. So later on, you may add pages for media, publicity once your book is published. So for now, just focus on these 4 pages because your first priority is writing your mystery novel. And then there's a lot of work in creating an author platform, and that's why I wanted to take it step by step, getting ready, setting up your website. Next week, we're going to talk about setting up your email list so you can connect with readers and future readers and get that. It's a whole system, and you'll get that in place as well. So I hope that helps. If you don't have your website and you're still working on your novel, go out and start creating your website. You'll be glad you did. You'll be glad you did. It's the very first step in creating your author platform. And remember, all of these things about creating your author platform while you're still writing your mystery, once your book is published, you're going to have a product and you're going to be marketing it. And so you're actually going to be dividing your time between writing your next book and marketing your current book. So if you train yourself to get in the habit of setting aside time for writing and setting aside time for building your author platform, you're going to be way ahead of people who wait until their book is finished before they get any of this ready. Okay, so this week I listened to S.A. Cosby's Black Top Wasteland on Audible. Whoa, what an incredible book. It was great characters, amazing dialogue. I mean, you can just hear these people speaking, and lots of action. It's a top-notch crime thriller, and it was really a lot of fun to hear it dramatized on Audible. So you can find books and podcasts and even adult sleep stories on Audible. and it's one of my favorite ways to consume books, and I think once you give it a try, you'll like it too. And the link is in the description below for a 30-day free trial. I want to thank Audible once again for sponsoring Write a Killer Mystery. All right, until then, I will see you next week. And I'd love to hear, actually, before I go, I'd love to hear from you how it's going with setting up your author platform. Did you create your bios? Did you write your book blurb? I'd love to hear from you how it went. I mean, these aren't easy, and they're the first step. And then how it went creating your website. I'd love to hear back from you how it goes. So please let me know. And I will see you next time, and we'll be talking about the next part of your author platform, which is your email list. Very important. All right, see you next time.